The general plan, this is the first key item, is your constitution for all future development. Cities usually revisit their general plan. Sometimes they have a routine 10 years, 15 years. It's usually 10 or 20 years. It's usually necessary to do it. It's rarely necessary to revamp it totally. A lot of times, I went through this right before I retired from Mountain View. We had a whole council majority get elected on the grounds that we needed to redo our general plan. When I actually sat down and read the general plan was pretty good. So they had to update it a little bit, but they did not have to revamp it the way they thought they would have to. The key is to have all your elements, again, so the community knows, developers know, and the owners know what you expect, have everything consistent. These are the 7 mandatory elements of a general plan. You've probably been given copies upon your election. And one of the things we talked about was how strong a mandate can be if you put it in your general plan. So if you adopt a requirement for maps, for instance, when you're doing in your map act, you can say everybody's got to provide bike paths, or everybody's got to provide some child care, or everybody's got to provide street lamps or sidewalks. It's not as powerful if you put it in your general plan and you state in your general plan, we want a safe community for everybody, including people walking, people that don't have normal accessibility, and people are jogging or pushing a stroller, and we want that spelled out in our general plan. And Dan Curtin was pretty much the father of teaching us. He was a land use lawyer of probably on the top of the heap in terms of reputation, and he said, put it in your general plan. Optional elements, I worked for a city that decided they did not want to look like the San Fernando Valley, and they adopted a scenic highway element. So what they did is they basically said, if you're going through our town, which is Thousand Oaks, if you drive through Thousand Oaks, you'll notice it changes. They hide the buildings, there's no freeway signage, there's really, really tight rules as you go through the scenic highway. It's not as beautiful as, say, Highway 280 going up from Palo Alto to San Francisco, but it's pretty nice for a very urban area. And likewise, if you have a specific, historic area or a harbor area, you can do a specific plan or an optional element to your general plan that now, again, has that same constitutional power.